Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Welcome everyone, I'm Whitney Ward. Washington State Patrol looking for any witnesses after a crash on Highway 395 yesterday that killed 3 people. That crash happened near Loon Lake and involved a car and a fire truck.
KREM 2's Amanda Rowley spoke to Stevens County Fire Chief, who says that area where the crash happened has a history of crashes.
This is the site where 3 people died following a head-on collision involving a fire engine yesterday afternoon. Here behind me, you can see the start of a memorial here at the scene. Now, the Stevens County coroner has not yet identified those victims, but in the meantime, Washington State Patrol is looking for any witnesses of this fatal crash.
So engine 2 has been totaled.
Chief Mike Busey of Stevens County Fire District 1 says the driver of engine 2 suffered a broken wrist and the passenger did not suffer any major injuries from the crash. Both were treated and released from the hospital last night.
So they're doing well. They're at home, obviously still shaken up, trying to get some rest.
He says engine 2 was heading southbound on Highway 395 to a medical call with its lights and sirens on. He adds it was traveling within highway speeds. According to the Spokane Fire Department, a car traveling northbound crossed the center line into the fire engine's lane, hitting the truck head-on at full speed. The 3 occupants of the car died at the scene.
I've been doing this for 35 years, and as far as auto accidents goes, that's probably one of the worst I've encountered as far as the destruction of both people and machine.
Chief Busey says his department has responded to several crashes on this stretch of highway near Grote Road over the years.
I don't know if it's the downslope of 395 there, coupled with the railroad trestle. Northbound, it splits into a passing lane. So there's a lot of factors there that may account for a little bit.
The Washington Department of Transportation is unable to provide specific crash data for that area right now, but spokesperson Ryan Overton says the half-mile stretch of Highway 395 near Grote Road has low crash data. He says over the last 15 years, only 30 crashes have occurred in this area, whereas the half-mile stretch of I-90 near the Maple Viaduct has seen more than that just in the last year. He adds that most of the incidents on the highway involved a single vehicle colliding with objects such as guardrails. As the investigation continues, Chief Busey cautions drivers to be aware of your surroundings. In Loon Lake, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Also, when we take a look at that specific intersection, we found this is the 3rd fatal crash there since 2011, and that's when you look just at Grote Road and the intersections on either side of Grote. We also found that area has an average of 1.5 injury or fatal crashes every single year. As we switch gears now to the weather, temperature is staying mild across the inland northwest today, and it looks like they're going to stay that way for the rest of the work week. Tom Sherry is joining us now, standing out there in the sunshine. But Tom, you have a couple of details for us about maybe some rain coming too.
Yeah, we may get some soaking rain by tomorrow night into early Thursday morning east of Spokane. We could get a little bit here, but right now the modeling is showing it mostly in northern Idaho and western Montana. Let's get right to your weather headlines. Again, we'll look for temperatures in the low 70s this week. Best chance of rain looks like it's going to be for Wednesday into Thursday, at least Thursday morning. And then we'll look for temperatures to climb into the 80s on Sunday and continue that way through most of next week. Right now we're at 71 degrees, and just like we talked before, we had cloudy skies for much of the day. Much of the cloud cover now has cleared out. Blue sky and sunshine as you're seeing that live picture of downtown Spokane as well. Some rain still falling to the north of us, but nothing happening here locally. And then when we take a look at that closer view, again, you can see those showers north of Newport, north of Colville, heading up towards the Canadian border. So day planner forecast calling for an overnight low of 50 degrees under cloudy skies tomorrow. A chance we could see a few showers at times. We'll look for a daytime high of 70 degrees, but I do think tomorrow night is when most of it happens, and it will, again, especially in the panhandle of Idaho, could be soaking rain and some thunderstorms. For the weekend, look at this. We've got partly cloudy and 77 on Saturday, and then we'll look for mostly sunny skies and 82 on your Sunday. I'll check the rest of your 7-day forecaster as well as a look at that future tracker computer model. I'll show you where that rain is expected to fall. All that's coming up in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Tom. We'll talk to you then. Now to a developing story out of Gonzaga. As we first announced yesterday, longtime athletic director Mike Roth is retiring. Well, today he made it official in person, effective on August 31st.
Brenna Green is joining us now live from Gonzaga to talk about a very busy day for Gonzaga athletics. Hi, Brenna.
Hi, Whitney and Mark. Yeah, there were a lot of emotions for Mike Roth today at his retirement press conference, but the prevailing one was easy to identify: happiness.
It feels great. I'll be really honest with you.
Mike Roth is ready to transition to the next phase of his life, but there's another reason why Tuesday was so good for him.
Our future is great, and that makes me feel so good when I've literally put in half of my life here.
Gonzaga announced at Mike Roth's press conference that Deputy AD, GU alum, and Spokane native Chris Standiford will take over as athletic director once Roth steps down. Originally, if Roth had his way, he would have retired sooner, as he went to Thane McCullough in January of 2020 before the pandemic began, and said he was ready to move on.
I'm really happy that Dr. McCullough had that crystal ball and talked me into it, and now I'm happy to be able to step away and just go and be Mike Roth instead of being Mike Roth, the athletic director.
Roth is going out on a high in arguably Gonzaga's most successful athletic year to date. When asked if this was Gonzaga's best year athletically, Roth said every year is the best year.
It's rarely just about the wins. It's more about the young people that we get to see succeed and then be ready to move on to whatever that next phase is. What Gonzaga does for students. I even may be talking to one right now.
Roth will stick around with Gonzaga athletics in a new role supporting programs and growing the program as a whole. That didn't stop him, though, from being very reflective on his experience over the past 34 years with NGU.
I'm so thankful to so many people. I can't thank them all, or yeah, I can thank them all, but we might be here for a couple hours. And that's the message, is just gratitude. If what I did as athletic director had a positive impact on even just one person, then I was successful. And hopefully it was more than one. And it wasn't because I was trying to make an impact as much as I was just trying to do the right thing.
As a Gonzaga alum, I can say without Mike Roth and this basketball team, who knows if I'm at this school. So I think I can speak for a lot of alums and say thank you. Karthik Venkatraman will have more with new AD Chris Standiford later on in the show. Back to you.
Brenna, thank you very much. Well, today, Washington State Lottery chose its first vaccine lottery winners. There's a lot up for grabs, including a cash payout.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for them to tell me that I've won. Hasn't happened yet, but we'll wait. Most people who have gotten at least one dose of the COVID vaccine, though, are eligible. So there have already been 2 drawings today, one for people who are 18 years or older. They had a chance to win that $250,000 prize. The second drawing is for kids ages 12 to 17, and they are eligible to win 1 year of college tuition. There will be 4 other drawings there on June 15th, 22nd, and 29th. There will also be drawings for Alaska Airlines vouchers, tickets for sporting events, and game consoles. On July 13th, the state holds a drawing for $1 million. Fingers crossed. And we have received a lot of questions about how this lottery is actually going to work. Yeah, so residents are automatically entered into the drawing if they had received at least one COVID-19 vaccination and are in the State Department of Health vaccine database. So residents must also be in the system by 11:59 p.m. Sunday before the drawing date to be included in that week's lottery. That means if you are getting your first vaccine today, you are not eligible. The state lottery will use its computer-generated numbers to select the winners for 400 prizes over the course of the next 4 weeks. Each week, the selected number will head back to DOH to be matched. If you are one of the lucky few, you'll have 72 hours to respond after state officials contact you.
Odds for this are much better and likely for somebody to win than it is in any other game, just because of the volume of prizes that are being awarded.
So winners could be contacted up to 2 days after the drawing. So, keep your phones handy because you never know if you might be one of those lucky winners. So for more information on Washington's vaccine lottery drawings today, just text the word lottery to 509-448-2000. By the way, if you have not received a vaccine, but now you want to enter the lottery, the Spokane Arena is hosting a vaccination happy hour. The event just got underway at 5 o'clock and will go until 7 p.m. tonight. There are free food from local vendors, music and giveaways, including
random drawings for tickets to upcoming concerts at the arena. People who attend the event can also participate in I'm Vaccinated photo ops with the mascot for Spokane Shocks mascot. His name is Shocks the Fox, and the Spokane Chiefs Boomer. If you get vaccinated today, you can be entered to win the other lottery drawings later this month. Once again, everyone in today's drawing had to be vaccinated by Sunday.
In the meantime, Spokane's West Plains have become something of a hub for technology companies to get set up shop. Well, now it's becoming home to a Spokane-based biotech startup. Selkirk Pharma was founded 3 years ago by mostly Spokane natives. Now its massive high-tech manufacturing facility is finally being built not far from the airport. And the company will be making injectable drugs that could be anything from vaccines to cancer drugs. And they will be a contractor, meaning they'll make those drugs for companies ranging from big pharma to smaller experimental startups. And demand for this type of manufacturing capacity has skyrocketed recently, creating more COVID vaccine, for example, becoming now a worldwide priority.
But there's also a lot of other products that need to keep being made. You know, we need to keep investing in Alzheimer's research, in cancer research. These are things that I think, you know, we're going to address or cure in our lifetimes. So the manufacturing capacity needs to be there.
So hear more about how this facility will work, when it will open, and what kinds of jobs it will offer. That's coming up in our latest Boomtown special report about the rapid growth that we are seeing in the Inland Northwest. It's slated to air in our 6 p.m. broadcast tonight. Well, still ahead tonight, Chris Standiford, a longtime Gonzaga athletics employee, will replace current Gonzaga athletic director Mike Roth. Coming up, we'll have more on that new leader for Gonzaga's athletics. Stay with us. We're back after this.